to the Book of Cross. Chapter 1. Cross Vegas, baby! Ow! In some ways, Vegas is the ultimate cyclocross course for me. It's so fast, so punchy. It's almost always perfect weather here. There's never gonna be a day that I see across Vegas being like a total mud fest. For me, that's great because I've always excelled in fast, punchy courses that are dry. Had a lot of success here in the past. 07, I got on the podium. Trevon won. Hoylo and I sprinted, I think, for second. But I ended up third. That was a big victory for me too, because that was the first time I got on the podium at the race. Won it in 2012, first year national champ, which was a huge victory for me. You know, the fact that it's up to a World Cup now is pretty sweet. And so it's a great opportunity for me to showcase myself, also take some extra points in a race that's on home soil, be a part of the internationalization and the growth of the sport in general. This is a great opportunity for people to learn about cyclocross and hopefully become, you know, as ingrained as the Interbike trade show itself. It's got a lot of energy. The entire industry comes out, so a lot of my sponsors, a lot of my fans are here because they're in the industry. If you asked me 10 years ago would it have been Vegas, absolutely not, but I'm really happy because it's a major city. It's an easy place to come in and out of. There's obviously plenty of places to stay and house. It's a great event because it fits, you know? That's like the old saying, if the shoe fits, wear it, and so we definitely wear it here.
Already here, lap number 1.
I feel like I've got a good head on my shoulders. I feel like I'm coming into this race and the season in general with a lot of confidence. And I would say confidence is one of those things where it takes a long time to gain it, and every year is a little bit different with some of the things you either do or you've changed or lead up to. And there's been a lot of things that we've changed. My diet, my training. Started working with the guys at CU Boulder and the Boulder Center for Sports Medicine, Ignigo Sam Milan, and started talking with him a lot about what parameters, you know, real science-based things. Chris, you want some cookies?
I'm good, man. Molly gave me cookies.
Okay. Molly, could you grab those cookies? I think that these guys want some cookies. Right. Obviously, the dietary changes that I made have helped a lot there. Then the physiological testing that we've done, we've learned a lot about how I run, the type of fueling that I run best on, that I need, how much I'm burning per hour. All of this really incredible data that I would say things that I didn't know. I mean, I think in the United States, we just don't get the same type of heavy, deep, thick mud. Here, you're able to come off of racing criteriums and really fast, high cadence work. And then when you get over to Europe, it's definitely much more low cadence and much deeper and different type of effort. It's 50 RPMs versus 100. I'd say if there's one thing that I felt like I was letting get away from me was too much time in the gym earlier on. You want to create some muscle mass so you can put more power out, but in cycling, it's a very fine line between how much muscle mass can I put on and how fast can I go up a hill. I hope that was some of this work in the gym that I was able to increase some of that brute force for low cadence work. I think I have, but I really need to wade into that water gently.
So we're very lucky to have him in our family.
Oh, now you're Yeah, if you're coming here, you can do that.
The kid calls me up when he finds out that I stopped smoking. He says, "Unc, you gotta come up and see me. You gotta come see me." So I turn around and I said, "What do you want to see me now for? Why?"
First time I gave him the bike, I was like, hey, look, I know I got you the clipless pedals and the shoes and everything like that, so, but you gotta take it real easy in the yard.
You're gonna fall down. Let me give you regular pedals. He goes, nah, I'll be fine.
And I kid you not, he shot off like a rocket, hit the biggest pothole in the entire yard, probably a foot deep, and then literally just yard sale everywhere.
When he was little, right? We used to go watch him do mountain bike, and he'd be riding around in the woods, and we were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he shaved his legs. It was a riot. His cousins used to make fun of him. The kids in town made fun of him, and look where he is now. An autograph. How special is that?
My uncle's lucky to be alive. Yeah, smoked for a long time, but then ended up, like I said, picking up the riding, and yeah, just kind of like turned what was a bad habit or something that he hung on to from his days, and then turned the cycling into the thing that he took all his kind of, I'd say, intensity into.
He's so far ahead of the curve that you have to fast forward yourself to someplace where you think he's going to be to catch up with him.
The ADD and stuff comes from my dad, and my dad and my uncle are pretty similar, although I'd say like they're all really similar to me. I would say somewhat emotional, really friendly, down, deep people. They're probably deeper than I am. I can't open up the same way they can because I'm meeting a lot of people, and it would just be a little weird to be that deep with people on a friendly, casual basis. Hang on, don't you try to leave without some news. Absolutely. And some stickers. You know, overcoming kind of like what I would call a pretty significant disability. You know, my like ADD, ADHD was on full high gear when I was younger. That was like very, very, very hard for me. I was not a good student, by any stretch, but I always worked to get to the place that I needed to be at, right? So if the teacher was like, hey, this, you're really not crushing it, I'd be like, okay. Let me come in and like make this up to you. I'll come here and I'll like spend 3 hours literally going over this, doing flashcards, showing you how hard I'm working at it, and then take the test untimed, and then I'll still get a B- on it. But I'll literally show you that I have the work ethic to want this, but it's just not. I just can't memorize things like you're asking me to, and then just throw them away and then rememorize them. It's just not how my brain works. When I got older, the biggest thing that I was able to do was to create my own schedule. When I started going to public school, I was able to just go in and leave at 1 o'clock. So I'd front load all my hard classes. First thing was math, second thing was science, and then the third thing was like a little bit easier, whatever. I'd front load all my stuff so that I was able to do a lot better job paying attention, especially first thing in the morning. Before I found the bike, that was impossible for me to really stay even keel. And then when I finally did find the bike, then it was about kind of managing that, and I would say I turned that negative into a positive for sure for myself.
It's going to be a great night. Yeah. I am obviously a little nervous about it, but it'll be fine.
It's a deep field, man. There's a lot of good riders here that are here to do work. And that's the difference between me and an American race and a World Cup in America, is that these guys that are here, we're all thinking about the same thing. We're all really hungry to win, and we're all at a really close level. Some courses suit some riders better than others. And so for me, I just have to play to my strengths. Like, knowing those strengths is something that's valuable to me, and trying to put them into action steps is like, it takes patience. It takes, you have to be really kind of clued into everything and thinking about what could potentially happen and what's coming up and who's already played cards and who hasn't. Wout van Aert has definitely got probably the biggest engine that's here. And then there's Sven Nys, who's obviously won multiple times. And he's also similarly suited for the technical aspects of this track that really suit both he and I in a similar way. Like, he's actually a better bunny hopper than I am. And that's how he opened up an attack last year in the final lap. Van der Haar is also probably the other guy. So there's a ton of other riders who are capable of winning this race. But I think for me, those would be the three that I'm going to watch.
I know. Like that.
A little gum for Vegas, dry mouth, just in case.
You done with the trainer?
Yeah.
Sweet.
See if I can figure out which left and right is. Ah, that looks good.
I think there's an opportunity to do better than I did last year in the overall. And for me, it's just about being consistent every single race. And last year I ended up 9th overall in the World Cup Series. So if I can, I guess, improve on that, I would be really, that would be a huge victory for me, personal victory.
I was hiding. Yeah. The first time I got yelled at. Yeah, Lars, just like last Saturday. No, I'm in the rope line, don't worry.
2 minutes.
You do not want to stick your nose out in the wind. Just follow wheels. I think that would be a perfect tactic tonight.
In cyclocross, you know, always is the strongest person winning. Vegas, if it is windy, it'll probably keep it together a little bit more. It might help force the move, which is already going to be inevitable anyway, but it's really about the rider that's got the best legs on the night, not the day. Depending on how you look at it, it could be really exciting.
Brooke Watts bringing this dream to fruition, bringing World Cup racing to America.
1 minute.
That's going to get underway in about 1
Lights will
minute.
turn green now.
We are inside of 1 minute until race time here tonight. The men are going to be taken off, and I have one word. It's going to be fast. These guys are going to be tearing it up. You have the first, the second, the third, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, all the way to the 15th. All of them. Everybody but the second guy in the world in this field here tonight. They are all chomping at the bit. We have an American rider. His name is Jeremy Powers. He's won a couple of championships the last few years. He is the man who is now putting the hopes of America on his shoulders.
Underway, ladies and gentlemen, get next to the rail. Stay out of that saddle, catch him. World champion Michael Ventura is off and running away from this field. He's got nobody chasing him behind. Comes Ventura now right behind him. There he goes! There he goes! Come on, Jeremy! Let's go, come on!
Himself all the way up into the front of that front. He was sitting about 7th position.
Trying to nail this one shot.
go. What's your man? Which one of you guys want?
Thank you, man.
Sorry, man.
No, it's okay.
Thanks, Alex. It was uncomfortable. Can I have that jacket?
Great effort, Kieran.
Thank you. Dave.
Great
Appreciate
run.
it. Thank you.
Bottles in the back.
Thank you. Thanks, John. Thanks. Thanks for coming out, everybody. It was a good night of racing.
For question?
Yeah, of course.
You got a couple passengers there for a few laps, and then they jumped you. How did that work?
Yeah, Lars and Kevin Powell have both, sprinted to World Cup wins, and so I wouldn't say I was defeated. I definitely went for it, but I tried to force it here on the stairs. But Lars got in front of me as he saw I was riding it, and then tried to force it through the twisties, but I couldn't. And honestly, I missed the move with Sven. It's hard to not have wanted the third place that I could have seen, but another year, maybe another chance, and it's fine. Once it sinks in a little bit more, I think I'll be happy with the ride I did tonight.
Season's off to a good start, though. You're leaner than ever. And
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I think it's definitely for me, it's a progression. Did a lot of work in the off season, and now we're here, and this is a great result. But Europe's a totally different beast. But I think this is a great first test against the international field, and it's a good opportunity for me. Powell was crashing in front of you, and then you didn't follow him when he came up, and he was because he got up to me. He was like, "Hey man, what's up? Let's do coffee." Yeah, yeah.
How did you get fourth?
No. Oh God, no, I didn't get fourth. Another day.
Ladies and gentlemen, goodness of Belgium. And ladies and gentlemen,